Up in a live report on Local 33 News at 6.
Well, today in Baton Rouge, the head of BREC is retiring. Superintendent Carolyn McKnight made that announcement at the Press Club of Baton Rouge's weekly meeting. McKnight has been the head of BREC for nearly 7 years. You may remember she received some backlash earlier this year after a push to move the zoo. She was called to resign, but says her decision has nothing to do with that.
When I renewed the last term of my contract, I knew that January 2019 would be my date to retire.
McKnight says she plans to move back to Dallas to be with family. She hopes the next superintendent is named by the end of the year.
Well, it has now been exactly 2 years since the historic floods here. 13 people died and thousands of homeowners were left without a home.
And as the recovery continues, scientists have some lessons learned. Local 33's Justin Campbell joins us now with what they are looking at moving forward. Good evening to you, Justin.
Good evening, Dion. LSU scientists say it's still very rare, but here's what they did point out. Regardless, if you believe in what causes climate change, they've noticed a link between huge storms and rising temperatures. Now, an LSU professor speaking at LSU today says the facts, the numbers show over the last 30 years the climate is increasingly getting warmer. Scientists can't pinpoint and say the August 2016 floods were caused to climate change, but they've noticed a link between the two.
There are some consistencies because when the climate is warmer, it can hold more moisture, and if there's more atmospheric moisture in the atmosphere, that can be tapped by some mechanism to turn it into clouds, rainfall, and eventually rain on the ground.
Now, Keim goes on to say it's important to analyze the floods because they're learning more about the storms that cause it, and the more that they learn about this, the better forecast they'll have to help you be prepared. For Local 33 News, I'm Justin Campbell.
New information tonight on a timeline to finish a major storm surge project for the river parishes. The West Shore Hurricane Protection Project is set to open in about 5 years. It will include flood walls, levees, and pumping stations. The project will stretch from the Bonnie Carey Spillway to the Hope Canal. Leaders say the damage from Hurricane Isaac back in 2012 fueled the effort to make this almost 50-year project a reality.
Think about the cumulative amount of money that you spent picking up the pieces, that we spent picking up the pieces from Hurricane Isaac. Think about the vulnerability of that next hurricane that potentially comes into Lake Pontchartrain and threatens our community. We cannot continue to spend billions of dollars after every single time a disaster happens. We've got to lean forward and spend millions on the front end.
Last month, the federal government approved $760 million for the project. The Corps will pay the full cost up front, while the state will have 30 years to pay its share of 35%.
In today's Local 33 Crime Tracker, Baton Rouge police need your help in finding the person responsible for our city's latest shooting. It happened yesterday evening in the 1400 block of North 25th Street. We're told 2 young men, ages 18 and 20, were hit by gunfire and taken to the hospital. So far, police have no suspects in the case. Anyone with information is urged to give Crime Stoppers a call at 344-STOP. The second audio clip from former White House aide Omarosa Mackinac-Newman appears to show President Trump didn't know that she had been fired.
Omarosa, what's going on? I just saw on the news that you're thinking about leaving. What happened?
General Kelly came to me and said that you guys wanted me to leave.
No, nobody even told me about it. Nobody. Wow. You know, they run a big operation, but I didn't know it. I didn't know that.
Yeah.
God damn it. I don't love you leaving at all.
Now, in a Today Show interview the day after she was fired, Mackinac-Newman said she did not think President Trump was racist, but she is saying that now.
I had just been threatened by General Kelly, who said that things could get ugly for me, that there would be damage to my reputation. So I was being very careful because I came out of that situation room. I was terrified.
But why?
I was concerned about I'm almost done. Yeah. I was very concerned about my well-being, about what these powerful people would do to me after they threatened me, and clearly after they released the story that I was running around the White House, which we now know to be not true. So I was being very cautious about what I said, as to not upset these folks who still, in fact, have my belongings, who are saying that they won't return them. And in fact, someone told me in the White House that they had destroyed some of my personal effects, and I want them back, Savannah.
What about mental health? That is another part of the interview. You said that
After the interview aired, President Trump tweeted about it, calling her wacky amorosa and saying that he told General Kelly to try and work it out with her because she only said great things about him until she got fired.
Well, more chaos in Washington. FBI agent Peter Strzok has been fired. Strzok was the senior FBI official who helped lead the initial probe of ties between Russia and the Trump campaign until it was discovered he sent anti-Trump texts. The 22-year FBI veteran exchanged those texts with FBI lawyer Lisa Page, with whom he had an affair during the 2016 presidential campaign. Both worked on the Hillary Clinton email investigation and also on special counsel Robert Mueller's Russia investigation. Well, there's more pain at the pump tonight. Get ready to pay more the next time you have to get gas. A look at just how much you'll pay right now.
Plus, some sad news out of the music world. We're going to have an update on the declining health of the Queen of Soul herself, Aretha Franklin. You're watching Local 33 News at 5. We'll be back right after this.
You're watching Local 33 News at 5 with Fred Hickman, Sean Burns, Jesse Gunkel with your Storm Tracker team forecast, and Brian Holland with Go Nation.
Well, tonight we're learning that the Queen of Soul is gravely ill.
Yeah, that's according to several members of Aretha Franklin's family who spoke with NBC affiliate WDIV in Detroit. The vocalist behind hits like Respect and Chain of Fools announced in February of last year that she would be retiring. Franklin canceled a performance in March and another in April after her management team said she was ordered by her doctor to stay off the road and to rest. There's no word at this point on her current condition, but of course we will keep you posted.
A consumer alert for you tonight. All of us drivers, gas prices up nearly 5 cents over the past week here in the capital city. The average price for a gallon of unleaded fuel now sits at $2.59. This compares with the national average, which fell a penny to an average of $2.85.